guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's cooking video we'll be making Swahili pilau. And before we go into the video, I would like to say thank you for all those who have watched our videos, shared, liked, comment, and all you've done, all that. Thank you so much. And please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and you can comment down below. You can also give it a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to share. So in today's video, as I said earlier, we're going to be make Swahili pilau. So this type of pilau is, pilau is from East African, but there's some countries which also have the dish pilau, which is kind of similar to ours, but it has like differences. India has pilau. So what I will be concentrating on is making Swahili pilau. I'm from Kenya, the coast of Kenya, and what I know is Swahili pilau. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take my chicken. I have two legs. I have 2 pieces of chicken. I'm going to chop these up, then marinate them for about, the longer the better, but I don't have so much time left. But then if you really want it to be more flavorful, marinate it for like the whole day. So I'm going to cut this piece of chicken into 2. And what my mom actually told me about cutting chicken is, don't cut chicken, cut where the joints are. It's way much easier, and you don't get a mess. Yeah. I'm going to I'm not cutting this in the middle. I think I should, because this is big. Okay, I'm gonna cut this in the middle. So 1, 2, 3. Remember, my hands were clean before I started touching the chicken, and don't forget to always be washing your hands after you're done touching uncooked chicken. And your hands should always be clean in the kitchen anyway. Sabon here. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to wash my hands and get back. This is how my chicken looks like. I'm going to season my chicken with all the spices, marinate it for a while, then cook. So what I have over here, this is garlic, and I'm using 1 tablespoon. I'm going to add 2 garlic, and this is ginger, and I'm going to add 1 spoon. And I'm putting away this spoon because it went to the liquid spices. This is garam masala. I'm going to be adding 1.5, or this is still 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon rather, 1 teaspoon. So I added 1.5 teaspoon of garam masala. This is salt. Salt you add to taste. So this is a pilau masala. Pilau masala, we're making pilau, so definitely has to be marinating in the chicken too. I'm not going to add a lot because I'm going to add it again in the rice. So I think that. So 1 teaspoon. This is chili. I add chili. Let me not add a lot because chili is also chili to taste. You add it according to you. And this is lemon. If you have vinegar, you can also use vinegar. I don't have vinegar. I have lemon, so I'm gonna use lemon. I do have vinegar, but I prefer lemon. Yeah. Remember, my hands are already clean, and I'm going to mix everything using my hands. You can use if you have the tongs for the kitchen, you can use them, but I'm using my hands because it's better, and they can. So I'm going to marinate these for a while, I think around 1 hour, but the longer you marinate it, the better. So in terms of like pilau, you can also have like you can add potatoes in your rice. I don't have potatoes for today, so we'll be making pilau again with potatoes when I have them, when I have potatoes, and we can remake it. But in today's version of pilau, it doesn't really have potatoes. I do love potatoes, that's why I really like adding them, but for now I don't. Okay, so I'm just going to do. So I'm going to let this marinate for about an hour. Then I'm going to be prepping everything else for pilau. Then we continue. Okay, so we are back after marinating for a while. So it's been marinating for some time. I'm going to be using a spoon to just like flip it over. What I have here, this is just a pan with some oil. I'm going to cook this chicken to kind of slow cook them to release its own fluid, and then add water because I'm going to be using the water to make pilau. So just adding them directly with all the spices. Everything has to go in. So this is, I've kept this on low heat because I want it to remove its own juices, and then now add water later on. What I'm going to add in it, I'm going to add bay leaves, 2 bay leaves, cover it and let it boil. So it's been cooking, so I want to show you guys how it looks like. So I increased my heat from low to medium. That's how they just look like. I still want them to cook on its own, then add water later. Cover it and cook daily. So I'm going to open it and see how they're doing, if I need to add my water now or not. Ooh. So this is how they're doing. I think I'm going to let them be for a while. Oh, it smells so nice. I'm going to let them be for a longer time. I'm going to let them be for about maybe 5 minutes on their own, then add water. Maybe add a companion, but let them cook. So at this stage, I'm going to add my water. I used the same bowl. This is the bowl where I marinated everything, so I didn't want to like clean it up and throw away all the flavors which were still here. So I just added water, and then I'm going to add everything in. So now this is going to boil and cook the chickens completely, because in pilau the chickens have to cook, like the meat of choice has to cook before you bring everything together. So I'm going to put this to a boil. I'm going to bring this to a boil. You can add your heat up, but don't add it extremely up. Yeah, so I'll let this cook, and then let's start on our main now dish. I'm going to use another pot and be frying my onions as this cooks. So I kept my other pot. I'll be using everything now, combining everything in this. I kept this in another burner. I can't really wait for it to cook completely, so as this cooks, I'll just start making pilau, and I'm just waiting it to heat up, then add oil and my onions. I added my oil, and I think it's now hot, so I'm going to add my onions. And I'm going to add salt, just a pinch, to make the onions cook faster. I have a question, and I think we should have a discussion on the comment section. Whenever you're cooking, whenever you're frying your onions, do you like cover the pot or do you let the steam out? Because this is like, I genuinely want to cover them, but I'm like, if I cover them, there'll be a lot of steam, and steam is water. So do I want that for my onions? So you guys, what do you do? Do you cover when frying onions, or do you let, do you not cover? Do you let the steam out? Okay, so I'm in a dilemma. I don't know. I will let it open for now because I don't know. Do you cover or do you not? But for me, I think I won't in this video. Once I know that you guys cover, I'll give it a try and we know which option is the best. So after cooking my garlic and ginger, I'm going to add chicken. If I had potatoes, this is where I would like have added them at this stage. I'm going to add my chicken. I'm going to add some liquid. To avoid the bottom from sticking up. And be careful in terms of like turning your chicken, because you don't really want them to like kind of break. So I'm going to add my spices at this stage and let everything cook again with the chicken before I add my rice. In terms of spices, what I'm going to be, I think I should add that later. I'm going to add salt, just a bit, because the water that I'll be using already had salt. This is garam masala. I'll also be adding a bit. This is 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon. I get confused. The small spoon, which is teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, and this is pilau masala. So pilau masala 1 tablespoon, garam masala 1 teaspoon, salt to taste. That's it. I won't add more chili. I already have chili on the side. So what I'm going to do is mix this up together. If you want, you can go ahead and add like some liquid, but don't add too much liquid. The reason why I'm adding my liquid is because my pan is not non-stick, so it kind of sticks on the on the bottom, and I've already reduced my heat, and I want this to cook together before I add my rice. It should be brownish like this at this stage. So I'm going to cover this for about, oh my god, that just like went silent. I'm going to cover this for about 2 minutes for everything to cook again with the chicken. The chicken needs to have a lot of flavor. Yeah. Okay, it's about time we add our rice. So this is my rice. I washed my rice around 3 times, and this is the glass that I used to measure my rice. I did measure 1 of this, and I'm going to be using the same glass to be measuring my water whenever I'm adding, when it's time to add. So I already measured this off camera. I washed it, and I'm going to be adding it directly. Some people add water over here, but I want my rice to cook for like a minute before I add water. When you're turning it, you have to be careful because the rice is kinda weak because you washed it. Some people soak their rice. I do sometimes, but let's say I did soak it for like about 5 minutes. Like I didn't soak it longer. My heat, I'm going to put it to medium low. going to cover this without water for about like a minute, and then I add off my water. Okay, in terms of water, this is what I'll be using. This is the water that the chicken boiled in, so I'll be using this. And then if I need extra, just use normal water. So I do this instead of just using like plain water. This has flavor, definitely. You can even see it has flavor compared to normal water, so I like using this. Then the extra, I just now add normal water. So I think I'm going to measure it. So I do measure it, and I hope I don't try it. Let's do the measurement. Okay, I think I'll add a bit of normal water aside. So 1 glass goes in. That's 1. And I need another at least 3/4. I want to get all the ginger by start coming together. So I'm going to be putting normal water here, doing this, and then so so I added normal water, and now let me remove this bay leaf. Measure. Okay, I'm contented with this. 1. I'm not going to stir. So I added 1 3/4. I didn't really make it too, because this is basmati rice. If you like pilau, you can use basmati rice, but in Kenya we do have, I don't know what it's called. There's one rice which is really good. Like if you want to make pilau, just if you have long rice, it's way much better compared to short thick rice. So I'm going to test for salt before I cover it. I think I should add more salt and maybe more chili. I'm going to add chili. Chili, just a bit, because it already had chili. So I'm going to cover this. Yeah, I'm going to cover this and let it cook. As this cooks, I'm going to be using the oven too, the same dish, instead of using aluminium foil. If you haven't really watched the last video, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But in this dish, I'm going to be using aluminium foil, but instead of just leaving it on the stove, I'm going to be putting it in the oven and then clean up. Then when I'm done cleaning up, my dish will be ready, my pilau, and then I eat it with chili. So I'm going to link the chili video in the pilau recipe one, and I'm going to be linking the pilau recipe in the chili video. If you've watched up to this far, I'd like to say thank you for supporting us, and we can't wait to be making more recipes, more fun, quick, maybe easy recipes. You guys can tell us what you want us to be making, and definitely we'll be making it for you. From any country, we'll go out of our way to learn and make a make a video out of it, then finally come up with the recipe of it. This is a learning process. I'm not a teacher, I'm not an instructor. I'm also learning the do's and don'ts. So if someone says, oh, you're not supposed to be doing that on the comment section, trust me, I'm gonna read that comment. I'm going to reply to all your comments, and I'm going to be putting it in my life so that it can be a good cook. There's always room for improvement, so let's improve together. So let's check on it. Oh, I'm going to be stirring it. Be careful mixing it. reduce the heat to low, test it. Yeah, it's getting there. I will leave it for about, maybe the fact that it's low, I'll leave it for about 3 minutes and put aluminium foil and put it in the oven. So let's open it again. It's done. Test it. Let me go wash my hands and come put the aluminium foil because it's around 80-70% done. Then it will finish cooking and drying in the oven. So using aluminium foil, make sure you've already reduced it to low. Using aluminium foil, press back the lid and then fold it. Be extremely careful in terms of folding. You want to be extremely sure that no steam will come out. So then I remove my lid and then take another aluminium foil and close this part because this is plastic and we're going to be putting it in the oven. So we don't want it to melt. So mine is done. The steam coming out here. It's really hot, so you have to be extremely careful. So I'm going to put this in the oven. I'm going to remove it from the oven. This is just oven fresh. So see there's steam coming out. What I'm going to do. Coming out, so it's not that hot, so you can use your hands to like remove everything. So this is how it's hot-ish but not that hot. So this is how it looks like. Hope you can see it. I'll be using a silicone spoon to be turning it because I don't like using a metal spoon because it breaks the rice. I'm going to scrub the top. I'm going to be showing you guys up close. So this is how it looks like. You'll be seeing these images and a short reel on Instagram, Moye's Kitchen and Bodze Moye. I'll be putting the link down below and also just the name of the IG page on the screen. So let's test it together. Why English? I can't use it again. I'm using a fork because I can't return the same spoon. I like it. Oh. What I think I will have done better is added more salt. Whenever I add salt, I either add too much or less, but I'm just going to add it on my plate and I'm going to just like show you guys how it looks like on a plate laid out, and more videos and images on my page. I got to show you how I use a silicone spoon to like turn it. So you take the spoon on the edges of your pot, you just put it and then you just like kind of bring it in together. And be careful, it's hot. because you don't want to use you don't want to break the rice. So a silicone spoon is way much better because it's tender. And then now you can use any spoon to serve the rice, because now it's kind of, see, it's broken down. I went ahead to plate mine on my plate. So there is a recipe for this and there's a recipe for this. I'll be putting them in the same week because it kind of complements each other. And this is how it looks like. I'm going ahead to take photos and post them on my IG page the week of dropping the recipes. If you've reached this far, thank you so much. Thank you for watching and supporting us. Please don't forget to subscribe, please, and thank you for even considering and taking your time to learn something from us. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.